Welcome everybody. It is time to vote for Team of the Year. But first, thank you to EA for sponsoring this video. Now, let's get to business. Before we get to my picks, the link for you to go and vote on who you think should be on the Team of the Year is in the description below. Go ahead, click that, come back here, or do it after the video, whichever suits your fancy. Now, I'm going to approach this from a unique position because guess what? One, I don't play Ultimate Team, so that holds zero power over me. Two, I'm a huge Bills fan and Buckeye, so I am swayed by being a homer. I mean, just ask my fantasy teams. So with that said, I'm going to give you some of my picks for these positions, not all of them. If you want the full thing, I'm going to tweet out the rest over on Twitter, so make sure you follow me over at Bumbleworth Buckeye. Now at QB1, give me Josh Allen. The man is a tank. He played with an injury for half the season, and let's be honest, he was the Buffalo offense for pretty much the entire season. Yeah, I know what you're going to say. He led the league in turnovers, but you know who else had 19 turnovers last year? Matt Stafford. And he won a Super Bowl. So what's the problem? Look, and I know most of you are probably going to vote for Pat Mahomes because he won MVP and, yeah. Now at halfback, you can give me Josh Jacobs, a.k.a. the Dallas Cowboys helmet. Leads the league in rushing yards, still only a star in the last roster update? No respect. Wide receiver 1 for me is going to be Tyreek Hill. Wait a minute, he's a Dolphin. Okay, it's going to be Justin Jefferson. Oh, wait a minute, his catch sealed the Bills' fate later in the season. So it's going to be Devontae Adams. The guy had more catches, yards, and touchdowns than A.J. Brown. Now, wide receiver 2, he should have been in wide receiver 1. Again, with the disrespect, Stefon Diggs. No one runs crispier routes than Diggsy. And look, I know only 2 people he said are allowed to call him Diggsy or were. It's 3 now. This is his 5th straight season with 1,000 yards receiving and 3rd straight with at least 100 catches. No other wide receiver on the wide receiver 1 or 2 list can say those 2 things with each other. Now we head over to the slot wide receiver, and this contains all the wide receiver 1s and wide receiver 2s on the list, so guess what? We're going to vote Diggsy again. Route's so nice, you got to vote twice.
Boo! That's front. Nerd this guy.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Boo!
Now let's jump around a bit. Let's go over to free safety, where I am going to pick Antoine Winfield Jr. This guy continues to be outstanding. He added slot corner to his resume this year, and there's a reason why people are saying he deserves an extension early. And hey, you know what? I'm old enough to remember his Ohio State Buckeye dad being a lockdown corner for the Buffalo Bills, opposite of another Ohio State Buckeye corner for the Bills, Nate Clements. That's a plus for Mr. Antoine Winfield Jr. for me. Now at middle linebacker, I want a mountain of a man, and that mountain is 6'5", 250-pound Tremaine Edmunds. Had over 100 combined tackles again this year. He's had over 100 combined every year of his whole 5-year career, and he was banged up a lot this season. That Bills defense was entirely different when he was not in the game. Give Edmunds some respect. Now later in the video, we'll get to who I think was left out of the linebackers. I got beef. Now some easy picks. Let's go over to right end and rush defender Nick Bosa, Cam Hayward. I think you know why at this point in the video, why I'm picking them, but let's be honest, other than the fact that they're Buckeyes, they are game wreckers. Absolute game wreckers. Now, at kick returner, for me, obviously, it's going to be Nyheim Hines. And I'll be honest with you, he gets it for the one game versus the Patriots after that Bengals game the week prior. It is storybook stuff. It is something that nobody will ever forget, that they will be showing in highlight reels for years and years to come. Hines, lock it in. Now, right outside linebacker, I think these are gimmies. Just give me Micah Parsons, give me Brian Burns. Done. Let's move on. And finally, let's get to corners. I think you know what's coming. Jalen Ramsey cannot be forgiven for what he said about Josh Allen in that rookie year, even though he might have had a little bit of a point his rookie year. So immediately, Jalen scratched off the list for me. Same goes for Sauce Gardner, who, fantastic young corner. Crazy good rookie year, but this guy got away with more defensive PI and uncalled holdings than I can ever recall seeing, so nah, gotta go. So give me these guys at CB1, 2, and slot. Give me Marlon Humphrey, give me Darius Slay, and then give me PS2, Surtain. And I'm a little surprised that JC Horn wasn't included. Anyone else got beef that JC Horn's not on this list? I can promise you next year, Trey White getting on this list. Now, let's get to the real beef I have with this list. Where is Matt Milano? This guy was all over the field in 2022. I'd even go as far to say that he should be on this list before Tremaine Edmonds, even though it's, middle versus outside. Milano had 3 interceptions this year, and he could have had more if he hadn't dropped a few of them. You know who had 1 more interception than that? Jalen Ramsey. And yes, before you look it up, only 2 other linebackers had 3 picks, Devin Lloyd and Roquan Smith. And look, I'll give you another feather in the cap for Matt Milano. The guy had more passes defended than any linebacker in the NFL with 12. This man should have been shown some love on this list. Now, like I said, at the beginning of the video, you can vote for your team of the year at the link in the description. And if you want to see the rest of my picks for the positions I left out here, make sure you follow me over on Twitter at Bumble and Buckeye. I will tweet them out. And hey, you can cordially disagree with me there. Or maybe you're a Buckeye or Bills fan and you can just, join me in my echo chamber. All right, let's leave it with one question here. Who isn't on this list that you think should be on this list? Is it Matt Milano? Maybe it's JC Horn. Let me know down in the comments. We'll talk about it, have a little spirited debate maybe. If not, I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Drop a like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. But until then, go Bills, go Bucks. God dang, these things are so tight. My head is so fat. I got such a fat head.